Sedated and survive. Sedate, survive. Sedate, survive. If I took 100 people off the street right now and asked them what is their goal in a year from now in their body, sedate and survive. If I took 100 people off the street and asked them what their goal is in their purpose, in their being in the next year, survive and sedate. What is their goal in balance and with the relationship in 1 year from now? 100 would say, most likely sedate and survive. Business, some people might have a better goal, but for the most part, it's sedate and survive. Clock in, clock out, go home, sedate, survive. What if you didn't have to do that? What if you set goals for the year that were quite impossible, but we set up monthly habits that got you to those goals, and about month 4 or 5, the impossible didn't seem that impossible. They seem actually pretty realistic. Well, there is a method to that, and that does exist. I've done it. I've seen it. I have it. It's called fact mapping. And for years in business, especially being self-employed like I am since I was 21 years old, you don't have anybody to hold you accountable. You can kind of get away with most anything that you want to do. And so I never set goals, never did any of that, right? I kind of did, but then like month 1, it was like, I'm over this. So what I found is that you set up 4 impossible goals in each area: body, being, balance, and business. Impossible and all measurable. You got to be tangible things that you can measure. The easiest one is body, of course, right? Like in a year, impossible would be to lose 80 pounds, whatever it might be, right? Because you can measure that, okay? My impossible goals for my body for the year were to get down, to have a 6-pack, you can see that. Work out 350 days out of the year, okay? No drinking, and then 10% body fat. Okay, so you can measure all of those, okay? So what I did that in January. In January, I went back and I did 4 things, 1 for each week in January, that are going to get me to the impossible game to lose, to get a 6-pack, to no drinking, all those things, right? Like week 1 would be hire a dietitian. Week 2, start my diet. Week 3, go to the gym 4 days a week. Week 4, hire a trainer. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So you do 1 each week. And then month 2, you keep going from there and so on and so forth. You do that in your being, you do that in your balance, and you do that in your business. Okay? Take 4 things that seem impossible, typically 10 times what you think, and you come up with those, right? In your body, could be, or excuse me, in your being, could be, reading the Bible, the whole Bible in a year, meditating twice daily, those kind of things, right? In your balance, date night every week, overnight once a month, family vacations, those kind of things, right? Business, we all kind of know those. It could be making more money, getting more clients, opening a new shop, whatever it might be. Then you work backwards from that, right? And so what that does is it keeps you on track, and it gives you daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly habits. So where there's no going back, most of the time when people come up with yearly habit or yearly goals, there's no plans on how to get there. They're just like, I want to make $1 million. Cool, well, how are you going to get there? Not sure, I'm just going to work harder. Okay, well, that lasts about a week, and then you don't do it, right? Same thing with weight. And so what these maps are is how you go through all the facts and feelings, separate all those, right? And this breaks down into facts. What do you need to stop doing, start doing, sustaining, all those things, right? So we talk it all through so we get very clear on what we need to do and what we need in all four domains: body, being, balance, and business. Because I know for, like I said, my whole business career, my whole life, I had no goals. I've done this now for not even a year, it's 10 months into it, and I can already see the fruit. Most of my impossible goals, I had to readjust because I already hit them like 2 months ago. Because I've actually have measurable things to track them and get there. So you'll find this too, is if we get to work together, you're going to find oh my gosh, this is all very, very doable. So If that sounds like something you're interested in, that if you keep starting new habits and you get in a cycle of like just keep repeating and starting over, like shoot me a message right here in this YouTube. I would love to start a conversation. I can show you the maps that we use to get you on track, and the accountability of when you hire me, that we meet once a week, talk, do all those things that I can hold you accountable to get you to your impossible goals and living a life in abundance, in body, being, balance, and business, and having it all. Having things in life that you never thought you would have. So shoot me a DM or shoot me a message down there. I'd love to start a conversation and get you going on the path of aligning yourself and your body, being, balance, and business.